Hey Beauts, it's Reese. Mwah. So today's video is going to be about how I found love as a bald woman, and yeah, I'm going to take you guys through that journey and what that looked like for me. Don't mind the background, it is a post-Christmas mess, so don't look back there. But yeah, come along with me. The first thing I will say about finding love as a baldy is that you have to fall in love with yourself first, because you know how they say if you don't love yourself, you can't expect anyone to love you. That is very true. Like, if you're not comfortable with yourself and you're still insecure about your body, then your insecurities will play out in your relationship, in any relationship, and that's not fair to your partner. So you have to do the work on you first, and that is something that I did. I actually took a break from dating and I fell in love with myself again. I started to focus on the things that made me special other than my physical appearance. Once I did that, I just loved myself, so it was a lot easier for someone to come into my space. I was able to receive that love because I did the work on myself, if that makes sense. You have to fall in love with yourself, and you also, just like I mentioned before, you have to do the work. You can't just, ask God to send you this amazing man and you're not ready to receive that man. You haven't done the healing that is required on your part, because being in a relationship is a lot of work. Next thing you want to do, you want to make sure that you know what makes you happy and that you can make yourself happy, so that you don't depend on other people for your happiness. Again, once I became confident in myself and started to love myself, I was just happy. I didn't look for some validation or look for someone else to make me happy. At the end of the day, your partner is not always going to make you happy. So if you depend on them for happiness, it's just not going to work. I think we all know that by now. It's not going to work out well. They're not always going to move the way you want them to move. They're not always going to say the things you want them to say. They may forget to compliment you here and there, so you can't depend on that. You have to be comfortable, and it all really falls back to loving yourself. Like I said, you have to know that you're beautiful. You have to feel that you're beautiful, so that you don't depend on other people for that, for those affirmations and confirmation. Like, when they say it to you, it's a bonus, it's a plus, and you're grateful for it, but you don't depend on that for your happiness, and that is key. Another thing that I highly recommend is that you are mindful of the energy and the things that you put out into the universe. If you're constantly saying, I'm never going to find love, like no one's going to love a bald woman, no one's going to love someone with alopecia, guess what? It's going to come back to you. You're going to, manifest that for yourself, and that's not what you want to do. I believe in the power of God and prayer, but I also believe in manifestation. Like, you want to make sure that you're constantly having positive thoughts about yourself. Like, don't get me wrong, I still have days, even today, I might wake up one morning and be like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe I lost my hair, this sucks, I don't feel pretty. But best believe by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm back feeling beautiful. I'm back reminding myself, like, yeah, no, that's not the case. What was I thinking? So yeah, you just can't put out negative energy into the world. Make sure you're treating people with kindness and just being a decent, genuine person, because when you are those things, then good things, you will automatically attract good energy. Things will start to happen in your favor.